Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Critical Catch episode. I hope you're all doing well because we are excited to get into this one. I'm joined, as always, by our lovely co-hosts, Scott and Costa. Boys, how are we doing this week?
Amazing. Always
Fantastic.
good. Excited to spend some time with you boys.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. And
So we got-
obviously, well, I was going to say before I go into it, I'm sure I will. There's been news as well, so obviously I'm even more amped up than usual. But obviously, we'll get into that shortly.
We will get into that very shortly because, yes, we have had some news. It did drop as of recording this earlier today, which will be going out regular time. So, truth be told, we kind of delayed the pod in expectation that something was going to drop, and it actually did. So it's worked out perfectly so we can talk about Pokemon Champions tonight because we now have finally a release date. It is going to be dropping on the 8th of April, a little under 2 weeks from now. So how's everyone feeling about it?
I mean, it's good to have a fucking date, isn't it?
Wow, that is
Finally.
We're not in the dark anymore. So yeah, it's just nice to finally have some sort of concrete info. So yeah, that's how I feel about it.
It's sort of like the thing of, it is, you can always try to find a negative angle or whatever stuff, it's like, oh, well, if it's going to be early April, they should have done it sooner. Oh, like should involve some more events, but we've got the date. That's the positive stuff. So we're just going to be positrons, not negatrons.
Positrons, definitely. And we've got the first regional as well, where Champions will be the platform used at a first live VGC event, and that'll be Indianapolis in the States. And I believe it's the 29th of May, that event. I could be wrong, but I think that is the date. That'll be the first event that we're going to be getting Champions played full in force. Then NAIC and Turin will be the first European event and the last European event of the season before we head into Worlds, where it will be in full flow there. So I believe we'll probably be into a different season, and maybe we'll be getting close to a different rule set change as well with how the seasons and things are going. That's for another time to talk about. So yeah, we've got that 8th of April date, a little under 2 weeks from now. We've got a bunch more information though as well, because along with that release date, there was a 6-minute kind of overview trailer as well, with so much information in it. Still a lot is kind of quite vague, but we can go through each part of it and talk about that. But I've kind of just splurged a lot of information there. Anything that you want to talk about with the first events that we'll be seeing? And it's been a little way off from the release date of this game, so it gives people plenty of chance to kind of bed in, get used to the systems, and more importantly, acquire the Pokemon that they need to be able to compete at an adequate level.
I was going to say that's one of the biggest concerns, right, about when it was going to release, how much time people would have in order to rock up to a major event and just give it a go. So yeah, Indianapolis Regional being 30th, 31st of May, sort of like the weekend. And then technically we've got the Japanese, or should I say global challenge #1, which will be taking part. Is it the week after, or is it actually the same? Actually, hold on. Is it the 1st of April or something like that? I heard, or 3rd.
It's way sooner, yeah. It comes around very quick, I think.
It'll probably be the following weekend, actually.
Yeah.
When the Global Challenge is going to happen. So this is technically the first ever of the Champions game debut in terms of competitive tournament play. So yeah, it's going to be fascinating. It's going to be the regulation set MA. At the moment, that is what we saw on the information that had been revealed, and we kind of knew this a bit with some of the previous shots that they had shown us as well. Now, what it stands for, we don't know yet, but we can theorize all day about it clearly being Megas for the M and A being the first of that series. Maybe they can introduce different letters based on different
Mega A.
But yeah, it seems to be Mega A.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, no, that makes sense. And I think, yeah, so we're going to have a couple. Well, we've got a few more European regionals before we get to that stage. I think we've got Seville, Prague, Utrecht. They're all still going to be, unfortunately, on Scarlet and Violet, while Champions is kind of in full force, full swing. And then
because like Champions is going to be out for like 2 weeks, and then technically you've got Prague straight after, and then
Yeah.
that's not even talked about Utrecht, where like you've got plenty of time. You've got more than a month, where surely you'd be able to get Champions play in there, but maybe it's something to do with the fact that people have already registered with it being set up.
I think it's sensible for them to have some kind of delay between the game releasing and it being on competitive content, because I'm convinced that they're worried about bugs, and they want to make sure the playing experience is as smooth as possible. So the more time they can give, as rubbish as it is for us competitors, at least we know next season we'll be able to, it will be fully on Champions, and it's not like, oh, it's coming later this year. It sucks because it feels like everyone's hoping we could have half the season on Champions, but realistically, this is just to test that everything's working already for the next season. So I think, yeah, it's a good thing what they've done. It's annoying because it feels like they're like teasing us, but
dangling it in front of us. And
it is what it is. So
What's the date of Utrecht?
it is 16th, 17th of May.
Oh, I think that's plenty. That's 6 weeks, I think, after launch.
I guess so.
I think that's plenty of time, in my opinion. But I mean, I'm not the one that makes any decisions here, of course. If it was, we'd be playing Champions in Prague.
Yeah. No, let's not talk about that. Mate, if we can't even get Utrecht, what chance does Prague have?
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And I think I can't remember who put the tweet out earlier, but I read it and I laughed, and because it's so true. I think to have the first European event as a special event and in Italy, and they were like, good luck getting a ticket for that event, and it's true, because there is going to be a huge demand for that. And even if it wasn't, getting a ticket for a special event in Italy anyway, where the scene's so big, it's always going to be more difficult. This is going to be near impossible. So
carnage
is the word. But
it's not going to be technically the first ever event to have some sort of Champions gameplay, because from what I read, side events for Champions will be a thing.
Yes,
in April or May. I don't know.
They start implementing them. I think it was the beginning of May, right?
That would make more sense, right?
Yeah. Right. But I mean, that's exciting for players to go along and take part in. And even if you're not playing in the main event, you can still go get a spectator pass and then take part in those, which is definitely a big draw to get that pre-practice in, because that is going to be so valuable. So different playing, and you guys don't need me to tell you this, but so different, the experience and playing online to actually playing a live event. There's just not much comparison in the actual going and playing real people. So that experience that you'll be able to get early doors is going to be really huge for some players.
I was going to say, watch how we're going to end up having a bigger turnout for side events versus the main event.
Well, I was going to say, locals might get an uptick in play when competitive becomes.
Yeah, I think there's a certain tick over with when championship points can be earned from locals, though, right?
Yeah, and I think they've made it so we cannot play and get CP from a local event for the remainder of this season.
Yeah, so that starts.
So it's part of the strategy.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Yeah.
Like alluding to what you said, Scott, right? It will have everything completely set up for the next season.
Yeah.
Have the MOBA release as well, right?
Yeah. Which is exciting in itself. I like the fact that, we're going to be, because I don't know if I'm a minority here, but I'm actually really excited to have this game on mobile as well. Just for the fact that I'm going to be able to kind of, when I'm here like now and I want to practice, I can play on my Switch. But when I'm out and about doing whatever, I can be on my phone and I can,
I don't know. I don't know if you guys play. Sorry to interrupt. I was just going to say, I don't know if you guys have ever played Showdown on the phone. Some people think it's psychotic to play Showdown on your phone. I've done it. You can do it. It's not the greatest experience. So to be able to have a platform where we can do it a lot easier, rather than trying to use a web browser and zooming in and all this rubbish, I'm looking forward to that.
I literally play most of Showdown on my mobile. I don't know what the hell people.
I don't think it's that bad, but I know some people think it's psychotic, so maybe people just can't see.
I'm not the biggest fan of it on mobile, but I mean,
I'm not saying it's the best, but
no, it's not terrible either. But it fits the purpose. But I think I know my phone battery has got a heck of a better battery than my Switch 2, so I'm going to be like probably going and reverting to mobile at events in future, just for that fact.
Oh,
Like
really?
the first time recently, I've been playing my Switch 2 undocked, playing Pocopia,
Oh yeah.
and I don't know whether it's my settings, but like maybe just over an hour, the battery is rinsed. And I'm like, this is, and I know it's plugged in an event, so you're constantly getting that charge, but I'm like, doesn't feel that great. And there's probably settings where I could visually take things down a notch, but I kind of want to have it at the best res
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah. You
enjoy
want
the
to
game,
enjoy it.
right? The battery on the Switch 2 is awful, but
This is one of the reasons why I've delayed getting one.
yeah, I
So
think
in theory, it should be able to last between 2 and 6 hours because it's like around what is it, 5,000 mega amp per hour or something like that.
so I was playing Pocopia with Thea because she's got a Switch and she wanted to play, and you can do the game share where they
Uh,
can play on their Switch, but come into like the Pallet Town area. So we were just messing around, building stuff, playing hide and seek, being different objects, and just having a bit of fun. It was really it was a lot of fun. But we were only doing it for about an hour, and my Switch 2, which was fully charged before we started playing, was absolutely rinsed after about an hour, which I was like,
yeah, that's not the best, mate.
I am very interested to see what it's like on mobile. I mean, for
yeah,
me, the main benefit, and I'm sure there'll be ways to work. I hope there's a way to work around it of playing on the Switch. Is I would much prefer to do my inputs via a controller than a touch
mm,
screen. I don't know what the like
Yeah.
because obviously when you want to go back and stuff, you can do back buttons, and you can't hover when you touch stuff. Whereas you can hover moves when you've got a controller and stuff like that. So if you can use, if there's a way, I'm sure there's a way you can plug in. Uh, you might be able to plug in a controller to your phone or your iPad. I'm more
I mean,
interested in using my iPad to play, but yeah, because you won't be able to use a wireless controller, will you? So
will
that's-
they allow it though? Is the question. I think you definitely can do it, but will they allow it for the sake of the tournament?
I think if it's wired, there should be no problem,
That's what I'm
right? I
saying,
think if
yeah.
it's like a wireless controller, I think that's where it would be an issue because you can't even use a wireless controller with a Switch.
So the problem I see with that is that it depends. If they provide mobiles. If they provide mobiles, sure, okay, I see it. If they don't provide mobiles and we have to bring our own, I could see them being concerned about any sort of potential hardware or
Yeah.
exploits or coding. or
This
whatever
is the this is the debate, right? Is how
Yeah.
are they going to do it on mobile? Because
Mm.
you know they either I honestly got no idea because at least with Go,
They
it's
have to have
like
their own mobile.
has to have be phone, whatever. Unite I think is a bit different because it's on a smaller scale, so it's a lot easier to control. Because there are some teams that will play a mixture of phones or Switch.
But they do have mobiles provided for Unite as well.
Okay.
Like that's what I'm trying to say. So Go and Unite have mobiles provided by the tournament organizers.
Yeah, but yeah. Well, that's fine. But because there is so many more players,
Yeah.
and people have the choice, I don't know how they're going to make it work.
Yeah, that's a concern, right?
Yeah, because theoretically, you're going to need like what 1,000 mobiles.
At minimum.
Do
probably.
you think it would be unfair for them to lock
That's
it
like-
to console only for competitive events?
I do. I think that hurts it. I think that hurts the whole idea of putting it on mobile in the first place because I think like you're putting it on mobile to attract and make it more accessible to more players. I think if you've got a player base that are solely on a mobile, they don't have a Switch, and then you say to them you can't compete at live events unless you've got the Switch. I think that hurts the whole reasoning behind why they would do it in the first place. I think just if that was the idea, then just keep it on the Switch alone.
Yeah.
How do you think? I'm not trying to play devil's advocate. How do you think they're going to do it? Or do you not got an idea?
I don't know.
'Cause I've got no idea how they could do
It's a
it.
huge question for the tournament organizers because there's a lot, like you say, there's a lot of things that can kind of go wrong, and they're going to have to be really strict on like a lot of stuff because you don't want someone like you look at the worst case scenario is someone comes in, plays the tournament on their mobile, and it's like modded, jailbroken or something, and they win the tournament and get found out afterwards that they got a jailbroken phone, and regardless if they have used any dodgy tactics, if that phone alone is known to be jailbroken, people are going to be suspicious and questions are going to be asked. And that person then, then it throws the whole thing into like out of context.
They can't risk it, mate. They cannot risk that.
No, they can't. I think for the integrity of the tournament, with the prices people are paying to enter and what's on the line for prizing, it would ruin the integrity of the tournament. So they've got to be. I think they have to be extra cautious with it. But
the only thing I
hopefully
could
they've got a
think
plan.
of, again, it'd be such a pain in the arse to set up process. I'm sure they could maybe at future events. This is probably rubbish, but what if, when you sign up to the event, you choose whether you want to play on phone or mobile. They lend you a phone. You have to give them some kind of ID in exchange for it. So if you nick the phone, they will charge it to your account or whatever. And then that way, you either choose whether you want to play Switch, you either choose whether you want to play on the phone. If they're giving you a phone that they've locked down, only thing on that phone would be Champions. All you got to do is log in. It is so much work, but I just can't think of how they're going to do it.
Well, they still need to have set amount, like a bare minimum of devices available for even that to be the case, right? So like they still need to.
How do they know then?
That's what I mean. Like,
is there a way, Costa, do you think, with the app itself to like have a tournament mode where it just like locks out any outside input from anything else on the phone? So like for the Switch as well, when you play a live tournament, it locks you into tournament mode, so you can't do anything else with the app other than that tournament until you're finished.
I mean, they could, but then like I guess there are other concerns that are raised, sort of like with permissions from a user point of view, in terms of like the signing up of that app and what information that app, or like what control and permissions are accessed or something like that via the app. So, I don't think that'll be an issue, because everyone just nowadays, the average person is just like, yeah, click, I accept everything. Just take control of my life once I have the app. Yeah, sure. But on a realistic point of view, maybe you could try to do that, but then I don't think they would be able to get around sort of hijacking the entire mobile to avoid the situation on trying to like bypass certain infrastructural code of the device itself. Like then there's concerns with the update versions. You need to make sure that you're always like keeping in touch. Technically, maybe you could do some sort of like wireless airplane mode kind of stuff, and maybe try to find a way to have it purely through LAN signals, but then that causes issues with LAN signals. So I don't think there's a clear cut.
I'm sure there is a way. I don't know. I don't know enough about tech.
They have to give you their own devices, mate.
That is the easiest way. I was going to say, I don't know if they could lock it down if you're connected to their Wi-Fi or But then would someone go out of their way to jailbreak the game?
Humans.
I know. I don't know how common that is for mobile games. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it is a common thing for people to go out of the way to hack mobile games for their own benefit.
I think Clash of Titans or something. I think I've heard people trying to jailbreak that at some point, and that's technically had competitive tournaments being played. Maybe that was a bit more back in the day versus recent times. I don't know what the development is, but if people want to be naughty.
No, I get that. I get that.
Naughty.
Yeah.
Because they're like, why should I go and sit and grind for this stuff when I could just click a couple of buttons? It's sort of like the hacking,
But again, maybe this is one part of the reason why they're not convinced. They don't want to roll it out for loads of events, because maybe they're still trying to work this out. Maybe they'll do 1 or 2 events where you can bring your own phone or whatever, and they're trying to work out how it goes. I mean, I'm sure they can find their own way of collecting the data.
Well, mobiles are going to be coming out September, though, right?
So sure, you're right. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, at least it gives them time to think about how they want to do it.
Yeah, they've got a long time.
Yeah.
I think you're right, though. I think it has to be like the mobiles that are used have to be provided, but then how are they going to do that? It's going to be, I guess we'll get information as we get further down the line. Of course, we'll discuss it on here if we do, friends. So, yeah, you'll be the first to know when we know. But it is a quandary. Let us know in the comments how you think they're going to approach it. What you think, especially if you've got any expertise in these areas, to kind of give us what your opinion is on this and how it'll be handled, because it is an interesting topic. It's definitely something I am very interested to see how it is handled.
Yeah.
But getting back to the reveal today, there was some, not only the release date, not only a bunch of information, we got some new abilities as well for some new Mega Pokemon that are coming in. So we had Mega Feraligator's new ability revealed and Mega Meganium's. Mega Embo got an ability reveal as well, but I mean, it got shafted, yeah, because it ended up getting an ability that's already in existence, and it's not that great. I mean, it's a good ability on its own, but I mean, it could have been so much better.
That's just an Odropon, mate, or just on steroids or what. You know, like I don't know.
So walk me through it. Okay, well, I've got it.
So Mega Feraligator gets a brand new ability called Dragon Eyes, which is essentially a dragon version of Pixelate or Aerialate.
Yep.
So any normal type moves get turned into dragon type attacks, and they get a 1.2 times multiplier boost to that. So things like Double Edge are going to be like 160 base damage. It's going to be nuts. Hyper Beam. Thrash it can finally use with
that's really cool, actually. I love that.
Yeah,
and it's going to be hitting stab as well, right? Because of its Mega Evolution.
Yes,
with the dragon type.
yeah. So it's going to be hitting very hard. So it's really cool. It's a really cool ability. I really like it. I think I'm very happy to see that Mega Feraligator got some love there with that. But I think the big talk of the town is Mega Soul, which is Mega Meganium's ability, which basically allows it to use any attacks that rely on sunny weather. They basically it acts like the sun is in effect, even if it's not in effect. So something like Solar Beam, even if it's raining, will not need a charge turn. It will just fire off. Synthesis will give you the extra healing. Growth, if it gets access to it, will give you the +2 to its attack and special attack. So that ability is pretty nuts.
Did you say Weather Ball as well?
Weather Ball will always be a fire type.
Always fire type. Yeah. Crazy. Even in the rain.
Yeah.
Got a fire type Weather Ball. That is insane.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that's a pretty cool attack. Yeah. But it doesn't set the sun. It just acts like the sun is there.
Yeah, it's user-based moves. Yeah. Act as if it's harsh sunlight.
Yeah.
That is literally.
So then why did they shaft Embo then? Like, why do they give these really, really cool brand new things for these two Pokemon? And they go, you know what?
Embo got a staff.
I was going to say,
he got the short straw.
They were like, yeah.
It must have busted stats. Like, we already know the stats?
Yeah. Let me try and find Embo's stats. So Embo's stats are pretty similar to Iron Hands, except it's got a better special defense than it. Let me pull it up for you.
So kind of upgraded to kind of pseudo legend, even though VGC enjoyers will know that Iron Hands is basically a legendary. But anyways, how powerful it is. But yeah, I don't. Poor Mega Embryo, mate. Like, what does it get before that? Its hidden ability.
Shift. Is it Shift or something crap like that?
Rockhead or something like that, isn't it?
That's what I mean.
Jack. Oh yeah, Rockhead. Yeah, right. I've got it.
Was that right? Rockhead, is it?
No, I don't.
Reckless.
That's the one.
Okay.
Blazing Reckless.
Yeah.
Right. So
Reckless.
Base HP is 110, attack 148, defense 75, special attack 110, special defense 110, speed 75.
It's a beast. It's a beast. With that HP and those defenses, it's strong. Big attack stat as well.
It is 148. Isn't anything to mess about with.
Speed.
Maybe it gets a signature move. Maybe they haven't revealed a signature move or something.
I mean, unless they're revealing a new one, I don't think it does.
Okay, then they've absolutely shafted out.
It gets quite good coverage though, doesn't it? It gets
really good moves. Yeah, it does get good coverage. Yeah.
Head Smash, Wild Charge, Flare Blitz.
Yeah, but let's be real. Are you seriously gonna choose an M-Ball over Mega Blaziken?
looks better.
Whoa!
And
Subjective, Musk.
shiny Ember is 6, is blue. So
I probably would, just because it's way tankier, so it's going to be able to take attacks way better than Mega Blaziken, and it's still going to be able to dish out massive damage even without. I would say it's better than Mega Blaziken in my opinion.
No.
Yeah.
No way. What?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. You're telling me it would be able to dish out more damage?
The Mega Blaziken.
Yeah. Is that what you're saying? Because
well,
Mega Blaziken is 160 raw base power attack.
Yeah, but it's not taking attacks like Ember
Oh, so it's
can.
receiving as opposed to dealing damage. That's what you mean.
Well, I'm kind of saying like an overall all-rounder. I would say it's going to be able to sponge up hits pretty well, unlike Mega Blaziken, and still dish out big damage with that 148 base attack. It's not going to be hitting as hard, but it's not going to be a glass cannon either, which I feel like Mega Blaziken definitely is, right?
So this would be my argument right now to you. Like gloves off kind of argument is, what is Ember doing on its own before it mega evolves?
That wasn't part of the
No, because we're talking about you using Mega Ember over Blaziken. Blaziken, you don't need to commit the Mega Stone, right? You can sort of like fake your opponent out if you have another Mega Evolution potential Pokemon by its side.
But Ember's going on its own.
What's it doing on its own, Scott? What does it ever do in VGC?
Also, you can't fake it out because you can see the item, so you know whether it's got Mega Stone or not.
No, but
No,
what
you
I
can't.
fake out, I mean, not
I
like
don't think you can in preview.
Can you not?
No, I think in preview it was revealed in the trailer today that you can see the Pokemon and you get to see the types of the Pokemon.
Urshifu, no.
Yeah. So there's
I wonder if
thing,
this will change for competitive.
What do you mean?
Like, are they going to show is Mega Stones going to be something that has to be hidden?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if
Really?
they have to reveal items, like if you either
No. I mean in IRL events, not online.
I don't think so. I think that ruins it.
Oh, you mean if we go back to closed team sheets as opposed
No,
to...
I don't know, not closed team sheets, but if online they're going to not show you what the items are, why would that be? Why would they do a different thing in real life?
I don't think they need to show the items. I don't think I think unless they do open team sheet, I think it will revert back to team preview, and that's going to be it.
You reckon? Oh my god!
But what's wrong with that? Because I think like
I'm down. No, but old people are down for that.
Yeah, because we played it. A lot of people who haven't played closed teams, you can be like, "Oh, I love open team sheets so much."
Yeah, but
you've
in the
taken
grand
terrestrialization
scheme,
away, so you know
that's the only reason I think it's there in the first place.
I
Because
agree.
without it, that
Being
is
impossible.
it is broken. I think that balances Terra out completely because I think it would have been.
Have you set the standard though? Now it's open Terra. We need open team sheets. We always need to commit with open team sheets, even from a broadcast production point of view as well.
But is there going to be something that we can use on a broadcast segment where we'll be able to almost pull in the match by a code and we'll have the teams available to us on the desk?
Well, no, it's not about us on the desk. It's about visually showing to the viewers.
Yeah, that's true as well.
I mean, what would they do on streams back in the day when it was clone team sheet? I mean, you have to be tight-lipped, right? You can't say anything.
It made it really awkward for covering because you couldn't reveal anything on stream because you didn't know if that person would then be going deeper into the tournament, and then the information that they didn't reveal in this match would be public, and then it would, if they got a special tech on something, you as a caster, if you reveal that before they've revealed it,
you're getting beaten up.
Yeah, it's not good. So that would cause a lot of issues from a broadcast perspective.
Well, it lowers the quality of the production.
Yeah, and it does, because we can't talk effectively about what threats are there because you can't reveal certain things at a certain time. And getting back to your question, Costa, Embol's doing nothing before Mega Evolve. So
thank you.
You're putting it on the field and you're clicking Mega Evolve, and that is it.
Yeah, but then that's like a one-trick pony versus Mega Blaziken having.
There is no trick with it, mate. I mean,
I used to run Choice Scarf Embol back in the day with Reckless, mate. That's all you needed.
There we go.
Back in the day before
you just trick everyone into thinking it's Mega, and it's not.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, exciting. I think Meganium's very exciting as well with that ability because it gets the access to, the fact that it's got all the benefits of the sun, but it hasn't got the sun in effect, which would otherwise be a huge detriment to it because it powers up fire type attacks. But that's not a thing, right? The opposing Pokemon could be a fire type, but it's not getting any boost to its attacks. Whereas boosts, boost. But Meganium's sitting there getting all the boosts, which is great. So, and its stats are nasty.
I was
that
about
thing
to
is
say, what are the stats?
Well,
tank city.
literally. And then still chucking out some pretty powerful moves. Special attack 143 base.
Yeah.
And 115 either side of defense and special defense. So pretty neat, not gonna lie. I mean, obviously it doesn't have as much HP as M-Ball, so technically it's less bulky than M-Ball.
Oh, he's a thick boy.
But
Yeah.
old girl, it goes both ways, and it's just going to be showing that to its opponents by with very powerful solar beams.
And that typing as well.
Yeah, grass ferret, mate. Honestly, that is something we should touch on. Whimsicott typing. Hello.
It's very, very strong. Yeah.
Good defensive typing.
And Leaf Guard's not terrible, but it's not the best either.
Well, yeah, I don't know which one's more useless, Leaf Guard or Reckless. Probably
Reckless.
No, I'd say Leaf Guard's useless, isn't it? Right. Unless you got sun and stuff like that. But Meganium is sort of that Pokemon where you don't need to run it with weather because it sort of has its own rules and mentions which interact with the weather. So you can have like a full rain team.
Also,
and you can have a Meganium.
What you said about Fireball still being fire in the rain, still kind of useless in the rain.
No, it's not. What do you mean?
Does it not have its damage reduced?
Weather Ball,
sorry.
Interesting to see the interactions there because
I don't think it should because you were talking about a modifier being adjusted into basically.
That's what I'm saying. Does the ability mean that the fire type moves don't get affected by the rain?
No, it should. No. So what I'm trying to say is that if we've got let's think about Mold Breaker, all right? You still deal damage. Let's say, for example, there's a Pokemon that's, I don't know, like weak or something like that, or, immune, to a certain, move because it's like Levitate, for example, and you've got Ogerpon Hearthflame, you want to chuck a Stomping Tantrum or something into it, you can do it. That's because the attacker is forcing a situation with that modifier that's been applied. So, yeah, we don't know truly, but I feel in my headcanon, it should not take the weather into consideration because it's already got harsh sunlight being part of that count for the modifier damage being applied. So that's how it is in my mind, but who knows?
It'd be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah.
We're getting to the other Pokemon that had their new ability revealed, who actually has a very, very strong secondary hidden ability in sheer force, and that's Mega Feraligatr that gets Dragonized as its ability once it does Mega Evolve. Not too shabby either across the board with its stats, a lot more offensive. Still not great speed, but got good defense stats. Special defense a bit whiffy, but 160 base attack is nuts.
It is. Some would say it's nearly as strong, if not identical, to a Mega Blaziken, but
Hence the nuts. Yeah.
I forgot how cracked Megas were. I'm looking at these stats and I was like, oh shit.
Hey, don't worry, there's still Mega Ray. Let's Mega Ray.
True.
Yeah, there's Mega Ray. You forget how strong the Mega Pokemon really are, don't you? Sometimes. But yeah, I think out of Mega Feraligatr is going to be a beast. It's got a lot of tools as well that it can really take.
Oh, so Dragon Fairy. Oh no, that's never mind.
Dragon Water, which is again another great typing, really. Yeah.
It's going to be a bit bonkers because it probably has the best move pool in comparison to, let's say setup sweep potential versus the other two. I need to check Ambo again, but do you have DD? I think you got Dragon Dance, right?
You got Dragon Dance on Feraligatr. You have Bulk Up on Embo and Curse as well on Embo, so you could take advantage of that under Trick Room. But yeah, Feraligatr. I think it's Swords Dance as well, does it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I've got the list up here.
Yeah, so it's got a lot of tools to its toolkit, and a
Outrage,
lot of
mate. Smashing outrage on this is going to be dirty.
You won't even
No.
need an outrage, right?
double edge, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like double edge, and you
Oh
don't-
yeah,
Double edge, and you're not locked into anything.
true.
You can pick your
They
target.
get a scout shot as well. Did you know that?
Well, it's going to be boosted now. And
Yeah,
I
skill
guess
shot, nice.
maybe
Yeah.
it's acceptable offset for more speed if you
Mm.
don't for a dragon dance. Like that would probably be like an assault vest variant, but obviously it's holding the megastone, so you can't exactly fit an item on it aside from it if you want to take advantage. So it'll be interesting. It doesn't have any good utility moves, is what I've observed though.
Ice punch, icy wind.
Crunch.
Snarl, I guess, but no, that's more.
Gets
What?
roll for those trick room setters.
True.
Mm.
Hey,
What-
what you doing there, boy? What you-
Breaking swipe's quite nice. Slow things down offensively.
Or to go, guns blazing with Giga Impact, because why not?
Why not, eh?
Yeah, but do you really want to miss a Giga Impact? That's
You're not gonna miss. That mask that Feraligatr wears a little.
You never miss Giga Impact if you commit to it.
No, if you believe in the heart of the Pokemon, right?
Heart of the Pokemon, yeah.
Bro.
So we had that as well. So they're pretty exciting with the new abilities, and we've got pretty much another 45 abilities to be revealed, as well as with the other new Mega Pokemon that we don't know when they'll be integrated into the game yet. We don't know which megas are going to be there to begin with. You've got to imagine these obviously are Dragonite will be. We're going to have the ones from the various trailers that we've had so far. Delphox with Greninja.
Well, there is a playable demo at PAX East, so I'm assuming we're going to get some info there. Well, I'm sure
when
they'll
is that?
That's like next week.
Next week. No, this weekend.
Literally,
it's not this weekend. I'm
is
sure
it
it's
this
end of
weekend?
this week. Yeah. 26th, 27th, is that this weekend?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure
this
it's
weekend.
I'm sure it's this weekend.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, well, yeah. So there is that. But getting on to other things, because there is a lot to get through with this. We had some info on pricing as well. Now, this wasn't revealed directly on the English or European sites for champions. This was only revealed through the Japanese sites. So there will be a starter pack that you can buy when the game's released on the 8th of April.
Right.
And that is going to include, you're going to get an additional 50 Pokemon that you're going to be able to store. So that takes you from 30 Pokemon, which you can store from just having the game as a free-to-play game. You get access to store 30 Pokemon. You're going to have an additional 50 that you can store with the starter pack. You're going to get Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee battle song, as well as a little bonus. But the big thing here as well with the starter pack is you get 30 teammate tickets and 50 trainer tickets.
What does that mean?
So teammate tickets are basically 30 of those mean that you can permanently recruit a Pokemon with one of those tickets. So you're not using victory points. You don't need to wait. You can just recruit a Pokemon. That's 30 recruitments straight away. So you can get a collection of 30 Pokemon in your copy of Champions straight away with those tickets. And the 50 trainer tickets means that you can fully train up a Pokemon, do its EVs, do its nature, do its ability, do its moveset. You can fully customize it with one of those tickets.
So it's like a gold bottle cap, but for everything.
Pretty much as a one-off, so that you get 50 of those.
So,
And
that's pretty insane.
That's pretty good. How much is this?
So this starter pack is equivalent of around $7.
Bro, this is worth every penny.
And that's a one-off fee.
They're like, is it monthly? What is this?
No, that's a one-off fee. That's a starter pack. So if you want to get that when it comes around, so that's the starter pack.
That's worth every penny.
Then you're gonna have season passes. So you're gonna have a battle pass which is free, and then you're gonna have a premium battle pass that is going to give you additional premium items that you're going to be able to acquire throughout that season. Now that is a season cost, so it works out to around $9 per month or season. So it'll be season one, right? That's going to
But
be
it
like,
depends on how often the seasons are, really. Because
I think they're going to be monthly.
That's
So that's
that's
but
not
that's a
great.
premium battle pass. So you can
Yeah,
just
I
have
know,
the
but
regular battle pass.
in other games, a premium battle pass for a season, which is normally like 4 months, is about
Well,
that
it goes a
money.
little bit deeper because you've got a membership fee that you can pay.
Oh, I
And this equivalent is $5 a month or $45 per year, roughly. Now these prices might be different because we're converting from yen, which is the only monetary value cost that we've got right now. So the membership is a monthly or yearly fee. You get to store more Pokemon. We don't know specifics on that. You get access to more battle teams as well, but again, we don't really have the specifics on that. And you get exclusive missions for having the membership, which I guess would give you probably different items and maybe access to earning more VP and trainer tickets and other things like that. And then you get access to more battle songs as well. So, you know, the
Is that,
membership,
did you get a discount? Does that include the battle pass, or is that separate?
no, it's separate.
I was going to say.
I'm not gonna
You
lie,
get-
just the battle music stuff is already getting me. It just depends on like if it's like a really good tune and how deep they want to go with the library and stuff.
Yeah, and the other thing is we don't really have the details with what else or like what all these things mean that you get in the membership just yet. So it's not really super clear with what that gives you. Again, the differences with the premium battle pass, we don't really have that much info on.
Yeah, like, is the battle pass going to be only cosmetic, or you're getting VP multipliers, or like what are you going to get from a premium battle pass?
Yeah, well, the premium battle pass gets you the battle pass. Gets you everything that the battle pass would, but you get premium stuff as well that you can unlock. Let me just see if there's anything that I can just find here. So, I did put a tweet about it earlier, Scott. If you wanted to pull it up, it's got a couple of images that kind of give you a comparison about what you can get. So you can get like Pokemon Mega Stones. I don't know if you can pull that up.
Oh yeah, I've got it here as well. Oh.
So it's basically you've got one version where it's got the premium battle pass, and you've got the rewards here where you've got like the Embo, you've got the Mega Stones for Embo and something else, and tickets and things like that. And then you've got the regular battle pass, which is free, where you can progress in it, but you can't unlock the Embo and you can't unlock the Embo's Mega Stone. So there are going to be items that are exclusively easier to unlock with the premium battle pass, even though you're not going to be able to get them on the regular battle pass, but you still be able to get these items by buying them in the store with the victory points that you earn. So it's just an expedited way of getting the items that you probably want to have in the game, I think. So for cost,
because you want to streamline it as much as you can. And I feel like if this is sort of like something that you, as let's say a competitor or something like that, you're going to commit for the entire season, like new season or whatever it is.
Yeah,
you're probably going to lean towards getting it. Like I could definitely see myself getting this.
I feel like like you say, if it makes, sorry to interrupt, if it makes your life, if it's quality of life improvements for a competitive player, I'm pretty sure most people who are taking it seriously will happily swallow the cost if it makes everything way easier.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because I think the biggest problem a lot of players are going to have initially when it starts is you're going to have this huge cohort of VG players that have played for years who've got all these Pokemon available that can Mega Evolve in Pokemon Home that they can straight away transfer into Pokemon Champions. The problem is they're not going to have access to the Mega Stones straight away, and that's what's going to be the hard thing to acquire, I think. And hopefully they do something so it isn't like 3 to 4 to 5 hours of grinding just to get the Mega Stones that you need to.
But with
for
the
these
items,
Pokemon.
Are they like single? Once you got them, you got them. Is that,
Once you've got them, you've got them. You purchase them in the store, so I think that's on the Champions website as well. So you can, and that was in the trailer as well. So it showed you that you could purchase Mega Stones, which were like 2,000 victory points. But we also got the information from the trailer that each battle that you're successful win, you get 200 victory points. So,
oh, okay, 200.
Yeah, and it's going to be quite a lot to train your Pokemon. I think it's going to be like what is it, like 3,000 or it might be more to fully train a Pokemon with victory points. So you're gonna have to do a lot of battles to do that, and then to get.
Well, they're saying a move change is like 250 VP. Seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
That does actually.
And then to get the Mega Stone is
nature change is
2,000.
500. Yeah, Megastone. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So
Depends how-
like people are getting a little bit worried about that initially because you just don't have the information yet. But I feel like they're going to do something with the tutorial mode in the game where it's going to dish out lots. For you just completing the tutorial steps, you're going to get a lot of victory points early on where you can go and buy all the items that you want. And
I
maybe
think
there's
the
just a
training-
few that you can't go and get, that you might have to grind for. But
Yeah, and maybe you could do
No.
something like you said. Like I'm guessing the tutorial is probably the training partners that you're
yeah,
into. I'm imagining, Lee.
yeah.
Where, there are a couple of trainers like that. Helpful trainers is what they're being
Mm.
on the official website.
Yeah, because there's going to be ways to practice battle in there with these like NPCs in game that are like your coaches almost. So there's going to be there is going to be a single player mode almost to kind of help you get set up and things like that. So hopefully through those facilities, that's where you're going to get a lot of them. And I imagine as well, if you play like the online tournament, sorry to cut you off, Scott. I think online tournament, like the Global Challenge or the Grand Challenge, if you compete in those and do 3 minimum battles, I think you'll get a huge amount of victory points for just competing in those, and more the better you do, So I think that'll be like a way to hopefully increase those, make it a bit of a better experience.
Well, the one thing I was gonna say was like after the video. Most people who are preparing for an event, if this becomes a solid replacement for Showdown, I know people who grind Showdown. So if you're getting a decent amount of CP from playing the games and you're one of the people that plays like 100, 200, 300 games on Showdown, every couple of months, then I'm sure it wouldn't take long to actually build up the CP, the VP that you need to build a team.
Difference is between this and Showdown is Showdown you can play a match in like a minute. On this, you're not going to be able to.
Very
it's
true.
Take a lot longer.
There's still going to be demand for Showdown. Is my vibe so far.
Yeah.
Because like we said, there's animations, there's this, there's that. Like Showdown is a pure simulator. So if you want to run the rounds with different stuff before you want to commit with VP things, you're probably still going to be playing Showdown. Is how I'm seeing it.
But I feel like once you're in the rhythm, though, once you've got most of the stuff, I don't know. You are correct in saying that it's way quicker to play on Showdown. But I feel like because I don't know. I feel like visually it's more appealing. Like they want it to be on mobile, so people might enjoy it. It's more visually stimulating. Is my point. Playing there, even though it doesn't take. It depends what you want to get out from practice. If you actually want to maybe. If it's more stimulating, then you might enjoy it more rather than, because I know people saying grinding ladder's awful playing Showdown ladder. It's like this might make it a bit more interesting. But you are correct, 100% correct. If you just want to get stuff out and practice stuff quickly, then Showdown is still the fastest way to do it.
To be fair, that does depend on the settings that they may have in store to make it a bit more quicker. So let's say we've got disable animations from like a good standard. That could be a thing where you can try to rush it, but then it sort of like makes it funny and probably not as compatible because the other person then will technically be behind you if you've got like disable animation. So I'm not sure if there could be a case of, okay, we will set you up, matchmake you with a person that has the same settings as you. If there's someone that does have, let's say, more accessibility.
Well, you can turn off battle animations in game though, can't you? So
in game, but not online stuff. Right? So that's what I think.
Yeah.
Both of those, the clients need to pair up, and they need to make sure that they're fighting on equal level since there's timer stuff involved. So that's why I'm saying probably if they did want to go down that path, they'd have to try to matchmake you with someone that has the respective same setting.
So I've got the costs of what it costs for everything. So you've got 2,500 victory points to recruit a Pokemon.
Yeah, we had that earlier in the trailer.
You're gonna get 2,000 victory points for each Mega Stone. Okay. Changing a Pokemon's move is 250 victory points. Maximizing a single stat with EVs is 330 victory points, so double that for maximizing the EVs. Changing nature is 500 victory points, and then changing ability is 500 victory points.
I think ultimately what it comes down to is how easy is it to get VP? Because if it's really easy, then it's none of this is it's all relevant really.
Yeah,
But if it's a slog, then that's when you start asking questions.
Yeah, because you're gonna get. I think there's gonna be another way to get VP other than playing online battles. I think there has to be. I think by doing like daily things in game
or something like that.
Yeah, like daily things in game,
back
like
on the game.
logging in, is probably going to earn you like 100 VP every day, And if you get a streak of like logging in for 7 days in a row, then you're going to get like bonus.
They could do loads of things,
like
can't they?
Yeah. So hopefully, like you're right, Scott. I think that's the big concern, and that's what we need the info on before we make really any judgment on all of these things. Because, like you say, it's irrelevant if VP is easy to get a hold of.
Did we say that we know the amount of VP given after an online battle? We don't know yet.
200.
Oh, that is 200. So
yeah.
That would probably mean if they do have any sort of daily challenge, reward stuff for please continue playing our game kind of things on a daily basis, it would have to be 1/4 or something like you can't half
like
the value
50.
of a battle. Yeah, like 50 or something like that.
But like I said, things like the battle pass could help with that, or they could do like daily challenges. Not even necessarily specific to the battle pass, but play like you were basically just what you said. Play 3 games, you get 500 VP or something crazy like
They
that.
could go crazy and say play with this hard trickery team, and you could get extra bonus at the end of the battles. Like get yourself 200 VP more. Since
they could drop teams in and just say try this.
Team,
yeah, that'd be quite fun actually. Like quite fun.
Yeah, that would be cool.
They could do like the community things, like they get Wolf or someone to make a team and be like, oh, you try this for a week. You can use.
Yeah.
But
that's another thing, though, and I like that you touched on that, Scott. How much interaction and communication will there be in terms of feedback, improvements, involvement of the community as well?
They've just started. I don't know if this is a new thing, but they've got community ambassadors now, haven't they? Because Joshua Lawsey's now a VGC one. So I don't know if that's to coincide with this. I mean, it's great because, like I said, they need to talk to the people playing the game. I'm sure they will, but more than ever, it's not just this isn't us saying you need to change Scarlet and Violet. This is us saying you need to change the battle simulator that you made, because this is what we're playing on.
Yeah,
I think they will listen. I'm hoping they will listen, but
so I think they will listen. But my concern is sort of the frequency of it. Because this, like you said, Scott, is a simulator. You've got more opportunities to be able to just get more frequent updates going. Like balance patches and stuff like that. So it just depends on how much support really they've got on it, and also if they will want to lean in to sort of like, let's say, we got Dota 2 or something like that, or LOL, where let's say they usually interact with the big official tournaments, and they sort of weigh every couple of months or whatever how strong a certain character is and all that, and then they apply those nerfs or buffs or whatever it is. So like
how often are they going to get involved? That makes sense.
They should, because like at least right now what we've seen on
they do patches, like I said, in League they do patches.
Yeah.
Every couple of weeks or every month they do a patch, and it will change. They'll buff and nerf things. So to be able to do that on the fly, like often, would be really cool.
It'd be amazing to see that, I think, going forward, especially if there was like a new mega and it was really underperforming, and they're like, okay, well, we've decided to give it this new ability, and they give it the ability and see how that affects the format going forward. Because a change like that and an ability to like maybe 2 Pokemon could shift the whole format on its head.
That's what I mean. Like, it could just
really
mean that
exciting.
They can constantly keep it fresh. Doesn't matter if the format gets boring. All they got to do is nerf a few Pokemon and buff some. Give it. They could give moves, take moves away.
Yeah,
it'd be way more exciting than just having, this is the format. This is Reg I. This is Reg F for 4 months. Go have fun.
At least based off of the website that they've popped on the Champions website, they've got the reveal of the first 2 formats, MA and then MB, right? So B could. I feel like it's probably going to be inclusion of new Pokemon or a change up, some sort of rotation of them, as opposed to a balance patch. I feel like a balance patch should not be every other month. Personally, when it comes to Pokemon, because there's so many different points of details.
Not every other month, no, but maybe twice a year,
like
twice a season,
every quarter, or like you said, twice a year, something like that.
Yeah,
something maybe before big. I don't know if that'd be harsh, but
well, I was
maybe
gonna say
one before Worlds or something.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be that MB regulation rule set will be the rule set that we'll have at Worlds, I think.
It should be, right? Because
of
how it falls.
So that'll be interesting.
Well, hopefully we will get more news in the coming weeks. I'm sure there's more things we can talk about next week, but we could also ramble on about this for hours. So rather than us chin-wagging for fucking ages and eating your ears off, why don't we try and wrap things up?
Yeah, well, let's leave it there because we've had a lot of information just today, and it's great to be able to kind of dive in and talk about it. But let us know what you think. If you're on YouTube, get down there in the comment section. Let us know your thoughts. Share them with us for everything that was revealed regarding champions, what you're looking forward to, what you're hoping we'll see from it in regards to victory points. Will you even be playing it? That is the big question. And if you are planning to, which Pokemon are you looking forward to mega evolving first? Scott, thank you. Costa, thank you as always. Anything that you've got to go. I was going to throw it to you. I was going to say anything that you've got to add before we go.
Does this make you feel more excited now? Because this actually makes me really excited for the game now. Like I want the trailer, and just having some info actually makes me excited. Whereas before I was kind of just fuming. But I'm actually well excited.
Angry. Yeah, I'm very excited. I am. I'm very excited,
mate. Like honestly, we've got the release date. That's what we've been looking for. We knew that it was going to be April, but now we also get a little, sparkle effects of mega abilities being revealed for those 3 starters, and we're starting to see things go. We know that Indy is the first major event. So, there's a lot of excitement. I'm going to have to try to convince my wife for certain events coming down the line if I could try to take part or not. Who knows? But we shall see if I could. I want to play Champions. Also commentate, but definitely play.
I can't wait to play Champions. I can't wait.
That'd be so
well. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in this week. It's been a pleasure as always. And we'll see you on the Critical Catch pod next week with hopefully more exciting things to talk about. And yeah, you stay safe, be good, and know that you are appreciated. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much,
and we'll
everyone.
see you on the next one.
Make sure that you're good for Santa's Claus.
Who's gonna get the last word in?
Well, you said be good. It was like, what?
Bye.